that the suggestion was to assassinate an individual to prove myself and reclaim wealth lost as a result of my displacement from one bloodline family to another, was tantamount to an offer, the extending of a deal, to buy me off, as it were, and maybe even to return my personal awareness back in this wealthy bloodline consequently. And very often we will have attempted buy-offs by the dark forces in various ways, but with everything is always the opportunity to turn it around into something beneficial. For argument's sake, what if this was agreed to, and was so, but I maintained my real awareness connection and real intent throughout, and when returning to this wealthier bloodline, perhaps such a position would afford greater influence, leverage, and such, and perhaps provide opportunity for greater sharings of the ease and the promotion of the new you song, and the putting of that wealth to a good, making sense in regards to the all-natural environment and life use. Such personal self-awareness transitions from created consciousness vehicle to vehicle isn't so far-fetched, as this is what occurs with super soldiers, as an example. Their personal awareness is placed temporarily in various vehicles and deployed in all kinds of secret military operations, and when they are returned to their original vehicle, they have no memory of being placed in other body vehicles or the missions they carried out. Naturally not, as the personal awareness can't see past the created consciousness of the vehicle it is in. Again, only through real awareness would such individuals begin to have glimpses, hints, and experiences shown on the real side of places, worlds, and activities alien to their current lifetime memory, but strangely familiar. So yes, the guides may have seen this second experience coming down the pipeline, one perhaps constructed by the dark forces, or at least an experience with their interjection, and so the guides deemed it prudent to forewarn me with an experience that explained the nature of this recent real side experience, that I wouldn't take on and load myself up with ideas, assumptions and convictions relating to what I had been told by my grandmother here. And like anything in creation, everything is just experience for us to become more aware by. And as in all experiences, they are just simply, for our viewpoints, something to relate to with the personal self, and more comparisons for recognizing the is by, and we need not consider anything beyond that. We ought not add emotionally charged ideas to the experiences, and immerse ourselves in the personal self-limited reality bubbles they would effect. We ought endeavour to not carry around or cling on to any idea, for everything we incorporate into our created consciousness, that we cling to, decide on, and agree with, we are the effects of. But being indifferent to the personal self and creation, if we stop considering the personal self, then nothing in creation, no idea, agreement, or attachment, can tapline bind us and anchor us here, for we are always the decider of our experiences, and every moment we can decide to stand real in our real awareness, the real you, which is the true reality and the whole of life, or we can cater to and step into the ideas of the personal self, which is a position that does not support the whole of life, and we participate in then the cause and effect demise of creation, due to the way the personal self has been programmed and indoctrinated into an agreement to systems that represent control, restriction, and destruction. For creation is cause and effect restriction, and it is this restriction that compounds and moves epochs through cycles of degradation. Anything other than real awareness, making sense with the whole of life, which is what standing real in the real awareness is, as everything is awareness, and real awareness is the whole of life. Anything other than this, and we add to the distortion, as we elect to continually add more compounding layers of cause and effect agreements to distortion to the created simulator. For whatever we were in previous lifetimes, the deeds we exacted, even if we were the most notorious murderers in the universe, even if our personal self-awareness was displaced for whatever reasons. What matters is what we decide now. Every moment is new now, and everything prior to this new moment is now a reference in creation, and should be considered with the indifference that any creation reference ought be afforded, lest we become the effect of our decision to carry around experiences. And all experiences, like everything in creation, is a created idea, and the restricting effects will follow the experience idea baggage we cling to, in keeping with the cause and effect design of the simulators. For the isness life is only to be found, recognized, and stood real with in the new nowness of itself, beyond creational thought, emotion, and memory, and every moment we are the decider, and set our intent accordingly.
That was a good one. I'm going to interject here, Kevin. Also, as you're explaining this, it's very interesting, the monarchy idea from the past. And so what do you have in the present? Of course, she's been, the old bitch has been around, and that's the Queen of England. And she can play little funny tricks and possibly disguise herself as your grandmother to talk you into a deal. Okay, so there's that possibility too. But yes, I like taking the risk, and I will make the deal. It just depends. And so, yes, I said this before to certain people. If there was a drug dealing out there, and there was that black suitcase like you see in the movies, and that's the money exchanging for the drugs, well, I'd figure a way to get it, and then go do something fun with it, take the risk. So the thing is that, yes, that creates the adventure. It really does. Or you just sit and watch afraid, or call the police or whatever. That's boring. But again, you never know. The old queen, she's watching us, and she can set up these scenarios too. And but again, you decide the adventure. So with everything we're doing, it's coming closer to touching us in the physical sense for those that are ready to deal with it, okay? And the boys on the real side know this. So there's going to be a lot of people that are just looking, okay? And there's those that will be in the experience, and those are the ones that will excel and become more aware, because everything equals itself in life. You can't stand back and watch and expect to become more aware through that. You have an objective view, but at some point you got to get down on the playing field and get real with what's happening now. Not all the little things in your mind, but what's happening right now.
Thank you for listening to this video, and if you want to hear more, Subscribe to my channel to find further recordings and to keep you updated with all the latest new presentation videos. DUANE, the great writer, is making himself available for those who want to know more and see more and be more than just having another ordinary, unaware life on this purposely poisoned planet. Create your new session with DUANE, the great writer, and discuss any topic you like. Here are some examples to discuss: personal, financial, relationships, dreams, government, 5G, GMO, chemtrails, vaccines, HARP, military, secret service, spying, subliminal taplining, conspiracy, angels, gods, fairies, ghosts, aliens, reptilians, religious, spiritual, governments, monarchy, and anything that pertains to what you are experiencing in this creation bubble, and also the real universes of real freedom. Learn to get your own answers. New sessions start at 30 minutes at $1, $1 into PayPal a minute, and can be as much time as needed. And yes, the way DUANE writes his new words refers to something more than what is known here, and this is where you decide to recognize what is real now with all life, or continue on as you have, with just another personal life in an aging body form. Contact Kevin Smith UK and Dean Val USA on Facebook and YouTube. Additionally, an official new presentation club is now available. The New Awareness Club. Membership to which is $1 per month through PayPal. Click on the New Awareness website link below the description of this video, and from there navigate to the forum site and register there, which serves as a home base for the club.